the biggest hose job I've ever fucking seen. First of all, this 3rd and 3 play. This spot is disgusting. Knees not down. That's a first down. So that spot off. That's a bad spot right there by I don't know, half a yard right there. And then we're going to go for it on 4th down, which we all know what happens. But the fact that these refs, who decides where, first of all, this is clearly a first down. It's like not even fucking close. And then what is this? That one ref is way past it. Another one's a foot off. You just randomly decide where you're throwing the football. Like, what if the other guy got the spot? This is the most disgusting thing. I'm not watching football ever again. I quit football. I quit. First of all, he only has to get to the line. Are you kidding me? I quit football. It's not even close. I quit football. The biggest hose job.
Oh, Stool Presidente. What is up, guys? Holy smokes. Did you guys watch those games? You know, I've been an NFL apologist for a long time now, but I'm done after that. That was embarrassing for the league. Things better change. So, good evening. What's going on? Let's talk tonight. I got a couple things I really want to hit tonight. Number one, I got to get this NFL stuff off my chest. So I'm going to go over the insanity of these games today. And then number two, we got to talk about DeepSeek, because tomorrow the markets and pre-market already are tanking in futures. Everything's falling apart. This DeepSeek AI thing could actually be the black swan event that changes everything. So get ready, because wow, this weekend might have changed everything. So, but listen, the NFL stuff I just gotta get over. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me as we go through this, because this was insanity tonight. This is insanity. And listen, I want to love the NFL. I love football. When it's going good, it is the most fun you can have watching sports. It is the best sport in the world. It is unbelievable. Most games are totally fine, and this is why I've held off for so long going down this rabbit hole, because there's always something. But listen, the Chiefs have gotten out of hand. It has gotten out of hand with the Chiefs. It's the worst I've ever seen in 30 years of watching football. The Patriots, the Mannings, Brady, they've always protected the quarterback. There's always been bad calls here and there. There's always been a game that was really bad every year or two. It's nothing like it is now. It's nothing like it is now. I'm sorry. It just has never been this bad before. With sports betting legal everywhere, it's ruining the league I love, and I'm pissed about it. I am so pissed. This game tonight, they did everything they could to give the Chiefs this game. Everything. Every 50-50 ball was Chiefs. Every call that was iffy was Chiefs. And it just got worse as it went. And so we're going to go through this, because I got to back it up. And then we're going to go on to the DeepSeek market stuff. And then I got to get out of here, because I'm still recovering. My wife would kill me right now if she knew I was going live, because it's still recovering from my surgery. But listen, we got to get some stuff out there. Too much important stuff going on this weekend. I'm not even going to be able to have time to get into Trump in Colombia, which was awesome. Or there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. But we're going to talk about this DeepSeek thing and NFL. And let me say hey to some people first before I continue. It's good to see you all. I've missed you guys. Cast Sync #1 tonight. Kathy Dos Drusavala, what's up? Vinman, Troyman. I liked that. Vinman, Troyman. Toke Cramp, Hero, Stephen Cromer, Polly V, what's up? CJ Yukon, Cindy Lou, Scott Volkovich, The Ghost. Was Taylor there? You know she was there. Patrice, the NFL just wants to show her there all the time, because they think it's going to bring in female viewers or something like that. Pedro, what's up? Gary Medill, The One, what to do? Paulie V says finger motion. SAIC, huge. Yes, finger motion, good deal. David. You did. You told me. Leader can't absorb more Rick stories. Steve Bernard, Randy Hour, Linda Telly, Candace Morrison. What's up? Goffinator says Mahomes has been chosen as the face of NFL because he's mixed race and they represent Heartland. It's orchestrated along the Calgary plant. Oh, I don't know about that, but that's very interesting. I mean, listen, Mahomes is also very good. Okay. I can't watch college is just as bad. Are you kidding me? College is awful. College is awful. And high school is just too. Listen, the NFL, when it's the best, it's still the best. And I want it to be the best. And if not, if it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, I'll just move on. And I'll let football go out of my life the same way basketball has, which makes me sad. So, yeah. So anyways, okay. Let's go through a couple of these things here because this is where it really started tonight. This is where it really started to grind my gears. This, listen, so there's some times when we get a fair game. There is. And often, honestly, like I said, I watch a lot of football. More often than not, the games are fair because usually what the refs do, because they're not perfect, they make one bad call, they do a makeup call. That's how it works. That's how it's worked the whole 30 plus years I've been watching. That's fine. What's happened with the Chiefs is just so egregious, and I was hoping against hope that the NFL was smart enough to know it's been trending that they're rigged online. Twitter especially has just been blowing them up, dissecting the Chiefs games this year. I was hoping that maybe Roger Goodell, you moron, would be smart enough to say, maybe this game we should just call it. This is getting too bad for the league. This is really good. But nope. He still gave in to whatever's going on in Vegas. And we couldn't even get the Bills, who are a very lovable team, great story, way more exciting for the nation if they made it in. Couldn't even make it a fair game for them. I'm not asking you to rig it. Just give us a straight up game. And this is where it really started. This is just one of the craziest calls I've ever seen.
Mahomes was looking that way, breaking down, able to get rid of it.
All right, so right there, the Bills guy clearly grabbed the ball first, okay? He picks it right here. It's just boom, right there in his basket. Falls down on the ground. The Chiefs guy rips it away. The problem is...
And somehow, at the end, I think the Bills, no, they're going to say...
They already gave it a flag because, of course, they were going to give the Chiefs the first down. The problem is that on the replay... the ball hits the ground. And so right there, my friends, that is not a catch. I watched a lot of football in my life. Thousands of hours of football in my life. This has never once been a catch. Never once a catch. You cannot let the ground help you catch the ball. That's against the rules. The only way this is a catch is if your hand is underneath the ball. What makes this worse is that the Bills guy clearly had the ball coming down with it. I mean, it's right there in his arms. Possession of that. So right there, he goes down with it. He doesn't get fine, it's not a catch. No, but now they end up giving the Chiefs player the catch. And on top of that, the coach McDermott on the Bills challenges the call. They watch the replay and they still give it to the Chiefs. Are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. This is a huge play too. Huge play. At this point, Chiefs were barely up. They needed this play. They ended up going up 21-10 after this. But without this play, it's highly likely they maybe just kick a field goal. That's 4 points off the game right there. The game was a 3-point game. Unbelievable. Are you kidding me? And I just wish that was it. Because then you could say, oh, one bad call. Although with the replay, it gets really hard to make it just one call. Well, then we get... in the end zone, Mahomes, by the way, Mahomes running now, it's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Listen, Mahomes is a great player. He doesn't need the refs' help for the Chiefs to be one of the best teams in the league. He won his first two Super Bowls fair and square. He was just awesome. He came on the league, amazing. I used to love watching Mahomes, one of the most exciting players I've ever seen. Maybe the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. He's got it all. The deep ball, the accuracy, the pocket presence, the vision, the running. He's got it all. Mahomes was God created a pro quarterback and just created Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't need the help. But now, nobody can touch him. So every time he runs, it's the most pathetic thing you'll ever see because he can't be touched. I mean, taking him to the ground. We're not going to see it much on this play because I don't think that we're going to see a replay. This is all about this call right here. So Mahomes goes down, and here comes Kelsey. By the way, is Kelsey the most unlikable player in the NFL or what? I cannot stand this man. Here he is, shoulders hunched over. Immediately, this is taunting. This would not be allowed anywhere in any NFL sport, college, whatever, football anymore. You cannot do this. Here he's taunting, shaking his head all up in Hamlin's face. They're pushing around. Nothing. Kelsey, John. That's obvious.
2 touchdowns by the Chiefs.
Oh, and then Phillips comes in, bumps Kelsey because he's tired of hearing it. 15-yard penalty on the Bills. Okay, you guys might be like, well, that's Kelsey was just in his face. That wasn't that bad. Okay, fine. We'll just leave that one alone because I got plenty more. All right, plenty more. How about the lineup for the Josh Allen play that completely changed the game? Well, first of all, they're lined up right here. That's neutral zone, my friends. That's a 5-yard penalty. They are in the neutral zone. You cannot do that. 4th down play. Nothing from the refs. So they're going to let them run the play, and that's where we got all Stool Presidente so fired up. Here's let me show the replay on this and then it's so frustrating, guys. So frustrating. Here's Portnoy.
That's a first.
On the call.
Still this play which cost the Bills the Super Bowl.
So this is that play I just showed you. They were already lined up in the neutral zone, and this is how it goes down. In what is that catch was bad enough, okay? That catch was awful. But that wasn't at the end of the game. Right now, in this clip, Bills are up 22-21. This is the most important play of the game. If the Bills get this, they are likely marching down and either getting a field goal or a touchdown. This is 4th down, so if they lose, it goes back to the Chiefs. This is the most important play of the game. The worst call of the game was already that catch. Here's the most important play of the game. Already on the encroachment line, and this is how this goes down.
This play which cost the Bills the Super Bowl, when they run in, you have the ref up top coming in. He has it by...
Still Presidente does it better than I can do it, so...
a full foot. Look at this guy. This guy's coming in with the spot. He has it. 23 comes in here, pushes him off his line. Look at this. He pushes him literally backwards. Like he goes backwards. That's the difference. How is the NFL a billion-dollar league? Look at this guy. 23 coming in, pushes the ref backwards off his line, that little movement. And meanwhile, the guy up top has it by a fucking whole foot. What are we fucking doing?
On that play, Allen clearly had the first down. It was clear. It was close. I'll give it to you. It was close. But it was obvious. Anybody with a TV screen. You know it's obvious when Romo... And then we're up in the booth saying, yeah, well, I guess they just didn't see it there. Jim Nantz and Romo, that's a tough one. They just did blah, blah. Like, they're making so many excuses. It's unbelievable. It was so disgusting. if you're going to lie to me, if you're going to rig the league, just pretend. Just I can handle a little bit. I know there's betting lines out there, but I also know there's some things you can overcome. A team can overcome stuff. It's fine. That's why I say the league is rigged. It's not completely fixed. Okay, the Bills still had chances to win tonight. If they had won 3 times, they would have given them the win. The NFL does that. It happens. A couple years ago, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. They never were supposed to go. It happens. Upsets still happen. Don't get me wrong. That's why I've given the league so much room so far. It's because until the Chiefs became the darling of the NFL, that became the most egregious example of rigging I've ever seen in my life, before in pro sports, other than the Shaq Kobe Lakers, before this happened, the NFL, you just knew, hey, they're gonna get a couple calls, but we can overcome it, and it happened all the time. It was enough. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but now it's just so obvious, and they're doing it on the most important plays, and it's just so gross. Here's another example. Watch. Let's just count all the blocks in the back on the Chiefs here during this punt return. You guys ready?
This one travels.
Oh, there's one block in the
45.
back. Okay, they didn't call that one.
Remigio.
Oh, 2. All right, there's another one.
Able to shake off the first.
Oh, that
First tackle.
3. 54 just got him.
Boy, he's some returner, this kid. There he goes down the sideline. Remigio still on his.
So 3 blocks in the back, not 1 called. I mean, come on. This is where this is the kind of ones that's okay, you can get away with it a little bit. You can lie to me. You can pretend it's not rigged. Fine. I get frustrated, but then they'll make it up on the next call. That's how the NFL used to work. But that's not how we do things anymore. No, we literally, they're pushing teams over the line now, especially the Chiefs. Now, I don't want to just pick on the Chiefs tonight, because the Eagles got a whole lot as well of calls. Now, I'm not going to make as big a deal out of the Eagles game, because they clearly outmatched the Commanders. The Commanders had every chance to stay in that game, but they fumbled the ball. That's on them. They were playing terrible. They had no defense. That's on the Commanders. Okay, so since the Eagles blew them out, we can't make too big a deal of it. But let's just watch, because I want you guys to know that they definitely wanted the Eagles to win. Okay, let's just look at some of these. So this is kind of one of the craziest things I've ever seen in sports. I'm just going to start with the big thing right here. This guy at the end of the game, he's jumping off sides, and just listen to this ref who says just the craziest thing I've ever heard in an NFL game ever spoken.
Defense number 4. The penalties half the distance to the goal. It's still second down.
Oh, man.
I mean, that was something else.
Oh, there to go.
You got to do something.
Okay, sorry, he doesn't say it on that one. Hold on. He says it on... I want you guys to see what this... Well, I thought he would say it there. The ref comes out and says, if you keep doing this, if you keep committing penalties, we can award the Eagles a touchdown. What? 30 years I've been watching this league. Actually, is it 30 years? Yeah, 30 years this year. And not once have I ever heard a referee say, if you keep doing this, we'll just give the other team a score. No, are you kidding me? That's just not football. That's not how this works. Here, this was a catch. This was early in the game. So when momentum matters, they just decided that they were going to call this a catch, where his foot is just clearly on the line. I mean, no replay, no second guessing. I mean, that's wow. Okay, let's just keep going. Here's a fun one. How about when this commander gets his helmet ripped off? Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. But by the way, you know who got the 15-yard penalty on that? Yeah, the guy who got his helmet ripped off. That's who they call the 15-yard Marshall Lattimore. They call it on him. We'll just watch some fun holding. You guys want to see a hold? This is the most obvious hold ever. Again, I'm just gonna rush through these because the Eagles won by so much, it doesn't matter too much. But that, you can't do that. You can't grab a guy's arm and spin him around like that. I'm sorry. And I'm just sorry, guys. I don't usually do this. You guys know this, but I'm just pissed. I'm pissed because they're ruining my favorite sport. Dang. Are you kidding me? Not even both ways? I mean, okay, at the very least call both ways. Now they just let that one go. I mean, all right. I think I've got my ranting done. Let me see what some of you guys are writing. Because this is, I'm so pissed off because if the Bills had at least won, I would have had something to be excited for the Super Bowl. You know, when you root for a team, I'm a Niners fan, obviously. When you root for a team and they're not in the Super Bowl or in the mix, every year, if you still love football, you find somebody to root for. It's just how it works. You always have something in the game just to care a little bit, just to have fun. And this year, it was the Bills for me because they'd never won. Great story. Josh Allen's clear MVP. It was fun. They were a great, fun team. And for them to be robbed like this, and then the Redskins, I'll call the Redskins. They're not the Commanders. Always be the Redskins to me. They're fun. They're fun with Jaden Daniels. We could have had a fun Super Bowl. And now we literally have nothing to root for. I'm sorry. This Eagles team is so boring and not fun. I hate watching Jalen Hurts play. He's so obnoxious. Sirianni is a crappy coach, and somehow they just have so much talent. Their coordinators are so good. They made it here, and then the Chiefs are just the Chiefs. It's not fun at all. Roger writes and says, "Hey, Ace and everyone. Yes, I'm a Chiefs fan, but these incidents are total BS. I'm disgusted." That's a good Roger. You're a great fan there. To actually be able to admit that. Good for you. Goffinator says it's the refs or the players and coaches are in it too. See, and I disagree with that. I disagree with that. One of the reasons is I was an athlete. I know too many athletes. I don't actually believe this is not WWE. It's just not that far. The league, first of all, when you're playing 11 versus 11 on a field like this at this speed, with this talent, it's impossible to fully coordinate a game. It just is. So you cannot do that. So the players definitely are not in on it. Can a coach maybe throw a game here and there? That's possible, but I don't believe the players are in on it at all. Now, could one player here and there be in on it? Yes, that's possible. But all of them, I don't believe that. And that's another reason why it's such a bummer, because these guys get crushed, man. They get crushed. Sports betting has killed all sports. I agree. Sports betting is just terrible for sports for sure. Chirac says NFL pushing this Taylor Swift three-peat so badly it's not even worth watching. It sucks. It sucks. Eagles won fair. They did win fair. I mean, there's clearly calls against the Commanders that were cheap, but the Eagles were just so much better it didn't matter. So I can go with that. Jason C says, how many completely changed the game plays have happened now? I think there was at least 3 in the Chiefs game. So he was not short on that Jason. He was completely there. Jordan says, in 10 years when it comes out the refs were paid off, what's going to happen? Nothing will happen because it's not about the refs. The commissioner's in on it. This is what the NFL as a league wants. It's not just the refs. And so I don't think it's bookies paying off the refs. I think it's actually the league is pushing this. That's what I think is happening. WWEZ, it was great when the wrestlers pretended it was real. I used to grow up with people who really believed it was real. If the announcers are in it, I'll tell you one announcer who's not, and that's Aikman. Troy Aikman was very disgusted by what he was saying. So, yeah, seeing last week. All right. Anything else? Yeah, country. I went live. Does Miss Ace know I'm live? No, she went to bed. I can't watch hockey. I think hockey is so boring. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll give it a shot, but I just can't. This is a crappy thing. The NFL is going to suck me back in, and next year when the Niners are playing, I'll be right back in. I can tell you right now. Unless it just gets, if it's like the NBA and it gets worse and worse and worse progressively, then they'll wear me down. This is the closest I've gotten to being worn down. So, but anyways, all right. Benjamin, I didn't say it's not a rule. I've just never heard it used before. And I think it was kind of egregious to use it where they did. So, all right. Benjamin's clearly an Eagles fan. I said you guys won. You beat them. You were the better team. I don't think the calls ruined the game. But I can also say it's clear that they wanted the Eagles to win. I'm sorry. There was just way too many calls in the Eagles' favor. All right, guys. You guys ready to move on? We had to, it's just, hockey's like basketball. It's more fun to play than watch. I love basketball. It's my favorite sport to play. It's what I played at. I played college. I was very good at basketball. And yet I like watching football more. So, okay. Moving on from the NFL, which is clearly rigged. And screw the Super Bowl this year. I'm so done with it. All right. Let's talk about this DeepSeek before we move on tonight. So this weekend, I see JR is on it. This weekend, we got the release of DeepSeek AI. DeepSeek AI is a wild little guy out of nowhere. It's like the little engine that could in the AI space. Came out of nowhere, absolutely just floored everybody. It is competing with ChatGPT. It might even be better. And it is working on old tech. It's much cheaper. They barely need anything to run it. And it's basically exposing this giant flaw in the manipulation of our current markets, which is the AI bubble. The AI bubble has been completely powered by this belief that AI needs all this energy, AI needs all these super chips. That is what has powered NVIDIA to all-time highs. And this DeepSeek has now come on and is showing everybody that maybe we were wrong all along, and AI doesn't need all this, which this could be, as a result, the black swan that crushes the markets where we're at, because it looks like it might be popping a bubble. Just from a little bit ago, NASDAQ was down 400 in futures. Futures are red across the board. Let's keep looking. So DeepSeek, this post says, DeepSeek's the black swan, OpenAI and NVIDIA didn't see coming. CNBC all over it, questioning what happens next now that this free open source model costs 30 times less to operate on old hardware. Do you guys realize that just because this now came out, it is clear NVIDIA is no longer necessary? If NVIDIA tanks, if the whole NVIDIA speculation bubble is gone, it might bring the whole market down with it. And this is crazy. So it's out of China. And I mean, look at this. It's going to be a wild week. Once investment media catches when the DeepSeek requires 97% less computing. 97% less computing. But also outperforms OpenAI. That's ChatGPT. Suddenly they might be comparing NVIDIA to Cisco. Here's a little glimpse of NVIDIA versus Cisco. Cisco in 2000. Here's NVIDIA just rocketing, never went down. Cisco, was 5.5% of GDP. That's insane. NVIDIA is currently almost 12% of GDP. And then the tank happens. I mean, I can't predict, but if it's, I mean, from what it looks like, this has got to be some of the worst news ever for NVIDIA. It just, NVIDIA's entire model is built upon the idea that AI needs super powered chips, high processing chips to function and to keep growing and learning. ChatGPT is burning money because of all the energy it uses and all the chips it's using. And then if this is truly coming in at 97% less computing, and I'm going to toy around with DeepSeek a lot this week. I'm going to learn it and tell you guys what I think, because I use ChatGPT all the time. I know it very well. If DeepSeek really is that good, this is going to get wild here, folks. It is very interesting to me that they waited till a week after Trump got in for this to happen. It's just another part of this massive, seemingly set up for a rug pull. That could be the biggest market rug pull we've ever seen. And this might just be another part of it. NASDAQ futures plummet 400 points. DeepSeek strikes fear into heart of Silicon Valley. Now, the other question is is the yen trade, carry trade collapsing now too? And this is a disguise for it. I don't know. But there's a NASDAQ. If it's either one of these or both, buckle up. It's gonna get wild. Here's a comparison. OpenAI, founded 10 years ago, has 4,500 employees, has raised $6.6 billion in capital. They are completely not profitable as of right now, but $6.6 billion in capital. DeepSeek, founded less than 2 years ago, has 200 employees, developed for less than 10 million, and yet they are now competing. Here's some of their benchmark performances. You can just see the how close they are. I'm telling you guys, wild things are happening. This just slipped onto everybody, and here's DeepSeek's already #1 on the App Store. NVIDIA's dumping right now. I believe it. So currently, stock market, NASDAQ still down 380. Even the Dow, S&P are down. Let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA's not that bad right now. Earlier I saw it was down $7. So maybe it bounces back. Maybe the hit is not going to come right away. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. What, George, are you watching on a 24-hour ticker? What it's doing, like Robinhood? Let me actually pull this up on, let's see if I can find somebody on X who is tracking it so I can see the latest. Okay, yeah, here's from 1 minute ago. All right, so currently, yeah, NVIDIA's down 5%. Whew. All right, so people get ready. The other thing I've been watching a lot about is, I mean, I think this has been crushing crypto as well. Last I saw, crypto was getting crushed too. Yeah, so we got Bitcoin down back to 101. Ethereum's down almost 5%, and XRP down 4% as well. It's just, it's getting ugly, people. So who knows? But from everything we're seeing, this DeepSeek thing is real. This is freaking out the markets bad. And then we have Trump with the Colombia thing. I don't know if you guys saw that. So we were trying to repatriate some illegals back to Colombia. They went over there. Colombia rejected our airplanes, and so Trump immediately put into all this emergency stuff into to penalize them for this. Colombia caved, allowed us to send our planes back over to dump their criminals back to them. And then the Colombian president came out and was like, we're going to tariff your stuff, which, whatever, they have like, they barely import anything from us, so it doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt our economy at all, but maybe your coffee beans go up, 2%. But that's about it. But the point is that Trump is just come on the scene and said, I'm not messing around. So, I'm showing you guys how I'm going to use tariff power in order to keep people in line with my agenda and not let countries take advantage of us. That is also sending shockwaves through the markets. So we have all this going on right now, and people don't know what to think yet. So it's going to unwind over the next week. Now, if you've been watching this channel, you're ready for all this. We've been ready for this. Is it here? I don't know, but it would make absolutely perfect sense if this whole DeepSeek thing truly was the black swan that finally puts the gear in these fake good times we've been having. All right, let me catch up with you guys a little bit here. Country says, word on the streets, DeepSeek's using Google search. Are you for real? Country says, someone needs to build an AI called DeepThink. What? I don't get what you're saying. Interactive Broker says 24 hours in videos at 135 right now. Okay, that's what I just pulled up. So Trump did own Colombia. That was awesome. Max says, this problem could be good for small caps, mostly shorted badly. Yes. In fact, and Jordan asked that too. If the markets start crashing tomorrow, he asked, would we see shorted stocks take off immediately, or will it be a bit till the crash takes effect? Well, that is the question. So let me pull up something I just saw. Here it is. So, all right, just one second. Okay, here we go. So this is a tweet from BAM that he put out, and this is about small caps and what's going on in the markets right now. He says the bad actors more scared about Mullen than they are about other tickers we talk about. Fly Eagles Fly, which is Pedro's, correct about FTDs being washed away through overseas accounts. Probably right per his hunch. Counterfeit shares are not reverse split. It can collapse the entire global financial market if exposed. That's why Poster disappear. Dougie Large, Posse, and other market makers work so hard to attack truth tellers. Fortunately for them, they naked short DJT and now have created an adversary hard to shake. Unwinding will need to be finessed, but bad actors can be vaporized during controlled demolition. In other words, if this all starts unwinding, we might not get overnight spikes to 1,500, 2,000 because they have so much power over all this now. But we might see a staggered squeeze play. He said controlled demolition, where we start seeing a lot of these short tickers go up 500 to 1,000 to 10,000%. So if you have Finger at $1.30 and all of it rockets up to 50 to $100, DJT at 40 and it goes up to 500. Like, this is the kind of short squeezes I think are very possible in this, but I don't think it's going to break and just go immediately. I think at this point it's going to be slower and steady. And by slow and steady, I don't mean $1 a day. I mean, so let's use DJT as an example. Might be $20 one day, 8 the next, 12 the next day after that, 13 after that, 25 after that. More of a controlled demolition, which is good in the fact that you'll have more time to buy in, but bad in the fact that it'll scare people away because everybody's going to be scared of hitting that top. So we're going to see a lot of this, okay? And then the other factor is the up and down. So up, like DJT went recently and it shot up to 57 and it went down to 25 and then back up to 43. It's like that's another way they control it. So it's they want to shake people out to get you to sell, and at the same time you should be taking profits, of course. But I think they've gotten a control on it now, where unless one really gets away from them, those massive short squeezes probably aren't going to be seen. But it doesn't matter because you can still make a crap ton of money. I mean, it matters, but if you know what you're doing, you still should make a crap ton of money. And so, I mean, I'm still in DJT is still my favorite. Then Finger, I love Finger got great news and it's broken past 130 again. So, those are two of my favorites. And then in crypto world, I'm watching some of these meme coins. I haven't jumped in on any yet, but some of them are starting to show some interesting things since Trump coin launched. So, we could see some really interesting stuff these next few days, guys, few days and weeks. But I'm going to be focusing on this a lot more because of this DeepSeek thing and continue to report on this and follow it because I think this story, is huge. I really do. Let's see here. Countries asked, am I going to build a private DeepSeek Olama AI server? not plan on it. Country. Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're talking about country. Okay. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. See, I missed it. I've only seen that movie once. I never actually read the book. I know it's a great failure on my point. Randy says trading halts and delays will be used to control price spikes, allowing time for the manipulators to step in. I agree. Christian Cook says Bills got robbed. I 100% agree on that. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Joe Wickman, on the KC Chiefs catch, there was a flag for pass interference. It wasn't a catch either way. Chiefs are at the 15-yard line. Completely disagree, Joe. I don't believe it was pass interference. I believe it was a flag for holding, which is a 5-yard penalty, and it was a 29-yard catch. So that's a big difference, my friend. George P says, "Don't be surprised to see Bitcoin liquidated." Streeter Hoy, I don't agree with that. I just don't see any way that Bitcoin's liquidated when they might be building a crypto thing with Trump. So I just really don't see that happening. You can bet against NVIDIA. Ticker's NDVQ. Really? I might bet against NVIDIA. Again, NVIDIA just lost its main reason for existence, and definitely its main reason for being so highly valued, which is the fact that it's supposed to be the only way you can truly power AI. And if that's not true, NVIDIA is screwed. And again, if NVIDIA is screwed, it could just crush the markets. So, all right, guys, I feel myself getting a little weak. Sorry. Again, I'm still recovering from surgery, so I'm just not 100% yet. So I need to go rest. And I'm just starting to feel my body say, you pushed a little too hard. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want to join for extra content for the Discord, $3 a month. That's all I ask. Thank you, members, for the support. And yep, I gotta get going. Let's say a prayer and get out of here. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God, fix the NFL. And Father, give everybody wisdom navigating these markets with this craziness going on. And thank you again that we got Trump back. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I gotta go, guys.